300 people with the Bellum role, which is a very strong Bellum player base. We're sitting at 275 plus. I believe the number was 276 with the armor role for that player base. And then we have a very fast growing squad community with 215 people with that role. And we're continuing to get more people every day with that. Following that, the seeders, right? So people who wanted to get pinged when we seed our Forger and our squad servers, we're sitting around at roughly 266. So with that in mind, if you want to help, like if you want to be part of the community and really help the community grow, and if you get a seeding ping, it's okay to AFK seed, you won't get kicked. Just head on over there, join the squad or the Forger server, just sit in there and just be a body. So that way we can get the server seeded. Once the server gets seeded, cool. You know, if you have to leave, leave. If you just want to stick around and play, stick around and play. But the core framework of that is we have almost 500 people. We should have no problem seeding our servers. All right, so we have a diverse subject matter expertise. So we have people from all different walks of life. We have people, to give you an example, we have people from high level finance, like I'm talking S&P 500 type people. We have people working in the defense contracting. We have people who are active duty, veteran, military, law enforcement, civilians, and all kinds of different walks of life, all different ages and all that kind of stuff, which is pretty dope to see, right? A lot of the SMEs, the SMEs or subject matter experts are very, very diverse, like I said before. So you will get a bunch of people from different backgrounds that will teach you different things. And the subject matter expert, in a tactical sense, we're talking about, yes, in-game, Reforger, stuff like that. Cool, Arma, Bellum, cool. But also life stuff. So like this is a community first and foremost. If you have an issue with something, maybe it's finances, maybe it's trying to rent a house, buy a house. There's plenty of people in here who are in that no shit industry that you can reach out to and they will help you. You just have to ask. Biggest thing I want to hammer on for the new people that have joined and were not here for the last one last month is that this is a very hobby over job community. So real life will always come first. Do not think that you owe anything in terms of obligation of your time, your money, none of that stuff. This is simply a community to have fun and we like winning. That's literally the end of it at the end of the day. What we just gained over the last 30 days, we got a new server box. This server box holds up to 12 server slots, and we can mix and match that. We can have six Reforger servers, 3 Bellum servers. Oh, not Bellum, sorry, that's gonna be hosted by AI. We're gonna have 3 squad servers. You want a Minecraft server in there. Like the world's our oyster when it comes to what all we want to put on this server box. Um, Now the server box, and I'll get into this a little bit later, but the server box um, is not free, and we'll get to that later. We have a brand new website. The dev team has put that together. The warfighting If you want to check it out, it's a pretty legit website. I would check it out. We're still updating small things like the events area. Like we want to have active, like real time updated events so that say you want to go to the website, Discord's down, whatever reason, you can go to the website, see what's up and coming. You can send the website to your friends. People can go check it out. It's just another tool for one, situational awareness, information, and even recruitment. Next, all right, so server subscriptions and products to support the infrastructure, like we were talking about the server box. This is not, I want to be fully transparent with you guys. This is not free, right? In terms of our own infrastructure. We have grown, and we'll get into another slide. The rate at which we have grown requires us, in order to sustain and longevity, we have to have our own infrastructure. So the server box as it stands is I believe it's just over $300, right? It's a pretty decent server box. I mean, it holds 12 servers. I can give you the specs at a later date. It's from the last slide, but it's heavy. It's a pipe hitter. One way you could support the maintenance and sustainment of that server box, if you go to the Discord server subscriptions or products, we offered a little thing there. So if you buy a product, you get a cool little server emoji next to your name, you change the color, and that's like the Warfighter Plus. If you subscribe to the server, you'll get Warfighter Plus Plus, where you will be pulled in on all the staff meetings where you can see behind the curtains of where the direction of the Discord is going to go. You can have input, what you think about the directions of where the input is going to go, or where the Discord is going to go, et cetera, et cetera. It kind of gives you if I'm going to be transparent, right, I want to be honest with you guys. I don't like the shady stuff, especially when it comes to money, because money can get finicky. And I want I trust you guys with this community as much as I hopefully you trust me and I want to keep building that trust, so I have to be transparent. The subscription is another way, the monthly subscription is another way for us to support the server itself. So we're good on boosts. If you want to boost the server, I appreciate you, but we're capped out on boost. If you want to help out in another way, buy the Warfighter Plus or the Warfighter Plus Plus, and then that goes straight to the server box. That's all I'm gonna say about money. That we're gonna move on from there. So we also now on deck, we have full-time dev team, full-time moderation team, full-time community guides, cadre, and there's some other supporting roles I can't really get into right now. The dev team, we have built our own game mode within Reforger. We have our own mods within Reforger, setting up some stuff for squad. The dev team built our website. The dev team is handling our server, our mods, right? So our mods are doing all the things that you would expect a mod to do. They're technically called the community managers, right? Those are the people that are kind of enforcing rules, making sure that the community is kind of like a nice little glide path of success, right? We have community guides. So if you're new and you joined, a community guide should have reached out to you and welcomed you to the server. If you still have questions about the server and you're not sure about anything, reach out to someone with a CG tag. It at least says community guide. They will be if you're familiar with the Sherpa program from Tarkov, that's what they are essentially. They're here to welcome you and they're here to help you become a more integrated part of the community. And then we have a cadre a group, and the cadre's responsibility is anytime we hold a training in any of the platforms that we play, they're there to help you get up to par, learn something, maybe organize a training event, whatever have you. That's their role. And we have other supporting roles as well. They're more in like more niche settings, which we won't really get into right now because it's very niche. So don't worry about that. They're all
Hmm.
all right. I don't know what happened. Can you guys still hear me? Mic check, mic check.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
good.
I don't know what happened. Discord literally just shit the bed. But we have a lot of things that I cannot disclose yet. We have people in this Discord who are how do I say this? They are under alt accounts and they are waiting to see where the Discord goes before they commit their public accounts to this Discord and I guess quote unquote endorse us. Not even like nobody else knows this but me. And I'm saying this to you guys because I want you guys to understand that your behavior, I should say, in the Discord is going to be like what gets people right to want to endorse us, if you will. And if I told you who these people are, you would not believe who these people are. Anyways, so please, stick around with us. You'll see some crazy things happening down the pipe. But yeah. All right. So building. Oh, okay. So Fenrir, remind me. I will open up questions at the very end. I don't want to get off track because my ADHD brain. Will scroll.
Shut up, Waze. See what I'm capable of?
What is going? What is happening? This is actually starting to frustrate the hell out of me. What is going on? Okay.
Turn your camera off. Just turn your camera off. There you go.
So building our collective future in a community blueprint. So for those that have been around, you know this. For those who are new, here who we are, right? You can go to server overview, that channel. That channel will also give you a good idea of who we are, but this is essentially a quick snapshot. So the goal, right? We want to master the move, shoot, communicate through maneuver warfare. We want to refine real life tactics for video game mechanics, like Bellum, Reforger, Squad, all those other stuff. What this does is allows us to play at a level where it's still fun, but we're winning, right? No one wants to be a part of a losing team. I don't. I hope you guys don't either. Nobody wants to be part of a team and lose all the time. That's not fun for anyone. So we take real life tactics and we apply them to the video games in the way that makes sense because we want to win, but we also want to have fun doing it. We're not going to go crazy and be like, hey, I'm going to chew you out because you went left instead of right. It's simply going to be like, hey, we can work on it next time kind of thing. Because at the end of the day, it's just pixels on a screen. It's just a video game. No one's actually going to be mad at you if you mess up, right? Transparent knowledge, right? We do not gatekeep anything. One of our sayings here is a rising tide lifts all ships or raises all ships. As as long as everybody is getting something out of it, like perfect. The saying "there's no such thing as a dumb question" is wrong. There's no such thing. There is such thing as a dumb question, and that is a dumb question not asked. Meaning you believe that um, it's a dumb question, so you don't ask it. I'd rather you ask it and get an answer versus not ask it and then maybe mess something up later on. Um, Next is going to be collective mastermind. Zero ego workshop environment. Knowledge is shared. Debate is tactical, not personal. Everything here is all for the betterment of the community. We're not here to shit on anybody. Just because some people have X amount of time experience doing X amount of job, they're not going to look down on you and be like, oh, you don't know this, suck it up, buttercup. They're going to go out of their way to hopefully reach out and help as best they can. We try and make sure that ego is checked at the door. So if someone comes in here and they think they're all that in a bag of chips and they're God's gift to the earth, we try and check that real quickly and be like, hey man, it's cool that you know all this stuff, but if you're an asshole, no one's gonna want to listen to you, so you can take that somewhere else. Um, Next, again, is hobby over job. Don't like, again, real life will always come first. Don't feel as if you're required to be here. All we ask is that, like, if you want to get on Discord and you want to play games, like, we have a plethora of games that people play here. We even have an other games channel that you can join to just get people to join with you. Um, I have the little analogy. If you don't see anyone in the Hangout channel and you join, give it 10 minutes, someone's going to join. That's two people. Two will turn into four, four will turn into eight, and eventually you have, like, I've seen it before, you'll have 30 people in the Hangout channel, all because one dude decided to join and just hang out. All right, here are our 7 training pillars, right? So when it comes to who we are at TWS, we're going over, we want to, hold on, we're getting dial up again. No, we're
No, you're
good.
good. You're good.
All right. The 7 training pillars are where we kind of use as our guiding rails and what we train, how we train, stuff like that. Because everyone has a different flavor, right? Not everyone wants to be an infantryman. Some people want to be in the air. Some people want to, do recon. Some people want to do vehicles, whatever. So we have a little bit something for everyone. Right now, the small unit training, which is the foundation, patrols, ambushes, raids, and movement. That's kind of like the infantry, like more heavy on the infantry style stuff. That is currently active. That is built. That is ready to go. As you see someone conducting training like a cadre, join up. That's ready to go. Supporting arms. So we don't have indirect fires, anti-tank, or forward observation yet, but we do have machine guns. We have real life machine gunners in this group that they also will help with teaching machine gunnery. Mechanized, we don't have that yet, right? We don't have any people who are super. We do not have enough people interested in armor type operations or vehicle borne anything just yet in terms of like convoys, mechanized infantry tactics, stuff of that nature. Once we get a group of people that are super interested in that, then we'll go ahead and spin that up. Air, extremely active. Fail seat here is in the chat. Reach out to him. If you have anything air related, he has a whole different branch within TWS that will essentially get you set up for essentially flying within TWS. Sustainment, so TCCC procedures and / logistics and engineering, FOB construction, work in progress. We have Vector is in here. He's a cadre for the medical side of the house for different games. And then we also have China. I don't see him in here right now, but if you see China, he also is the cadre for medical stuff. Reach out to them. No Wheels, I'll answer your questions. Again, all questions, we'll wait till the end, hold off on them. That way I can focus, or else, again, my ADHD brain is going to fucking spill over. Recon, so more of the specialized, the cool guy stuff. That's a work in progress. I myself come from a special operations background. So if you guys are interested about that, and there's others in here that also come from that background. So if you're interested about that, we can get something together. We're not going to be though. I want to lay this out. We are not going to pretend to be SEAL Team 6, DevGru, CAG, all that bullshit. If you're interested in doing recon style stuff or special operations style stuff, it's going to be what it is. We are LARPing in the game. It's not real, right? So I don't want you to think and pretend like, oh, I'm fucking Navy SEAL, Delta Operator, Recon Ranger. No. All right. Leadership, command structure, radio procedures, tactical decision games. That is very active. We do that with our Tactics Tuesdays. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m., we'll jump over to the Bellum Discord, and we will essentially go over kind of like how to break down tactical problems, different styles of leadership, stuff like that. Once we get enough people, especially once the deluxe edition drops on April 10th for Bellum, we're going to see a mass influx of people in this Discord. We're probably going to break 800 members by April 10th. So be ready for the Tactics Tuesdays to be held here in this Discord versus the Bellum one. We might still hold it in the Bellum one just as another recruiting tool because I know a lot of you guys came here from the Tactics Tuesdays. So, roadmap. All right. So we were established February 17th of 2026, at least to my recollection, I believe. Which means we are a month and 12 days old. Now, we set up a roadmap last month on goals that we wanted to hit, and we smashed that shit, right? Last month, we wanted at 30 days to be at 175 total members. As of today, we are at 480. We have more than 50 people attending or at least active in the Discord throughout the day. Just onesies and twosies adding up, different smaller groups, all that stuff like that. On the more competitive side, we wanted a win rate across all platforms to be 50%. We've hit that. We win a lot, and it's difficult because in Bellum, there's so many of us that we're on both sides in each faction, each team. So even when we lose, we still win in a weird, twisted way. So we don't really have a true hey, this is all TWS only on this side. And we win. So we're still trying to weed through that. But moreover, right? Generally speaking, we have a higher 50% plus win rate. We smashed our 60-day. So all our 30-day goals, cool, smashed. 60-day goals. We're cooking on our 60-day goals. Again, we broke the membership goal that we had. We wanted 350 total members. We're at, again, 480. For the nice to have, we have 100 attendees. When I say 100 attendees, we're looking at people throughout the day through different games, right? Which we also have. Competition. So we have started building our comp teams, and we also have our formal training already set to happen, or set is already happening. The comp team, if you go to competitive roster at the top of the Discord list, you can sign up for that. That is not concrete. That is still a work in progress in terms of we're waiting to figure out who's going to be in what positions, right? Because we have to give everyone a fair shake at a role that they want, right? It would be unfair for us to only let one person try out for it and then yeah, that's the dude. Okay. Next, again, our win rate I think we're sitting about a 72, I believe. It's either 71 or 72% win rate. So we smashed that. Now, what we're really working on, seeding our Reforger server. So we have a PvP Reforger server that is up. You literally look up a TWS Realism in Armor Reforger and it will pop up. We need to start seeding that, right? Because if we have the server that can hold 12 servers, but we don't use the servers, what's the point, right? So we're going to start putting out pings to seed the Reforger server and stuff like that. Our 90-day goal, we want to hit 500. We are 20 people, 19 people away from smashing our 90-day membership goal. So if you have friends, family, other people, I'm not saying go poach. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying if you have people that you know that would thrive here or they would like to be here, send them an invite. Get them over here, right? The bigger the community, the bigger the stuff that we can do is pretty dope. Nice to have. We haven't hit 200 active members yet in terms of per event. We don't even have events that can hold up to 200 members, but we're getting there. The win rate across supported games, 60%. We're sitting at 71, 72 across all our supported games. We're still trying to build our Reforger participation scene. And then we are currently in the works. We've submitted the application to OWI. We're waiting on them to reply back for the ominous dominus that we have now a squad licensed server. Once that happens, we will send out more pings hey, let's go seed the squad server. On that note, we did the math. If we're going to offer whitelisting for the squad server, and it's going to work on a subscription based. If you want whitelist on the server, it's $10 a month. Now you break that down, that's 30 cents a day. We thought that was pretty reasonable. You could spare 30 cents a day, I believe, if you wanted to be whitelisted on the server, on the squad server. And if people are getting the $10 subscription for the squad server you're whitelisted, guess what? Boom, freaking servers paid for. Literally driven by the community, which is dope. Now, again, transparency, right? I wanted to say I would be transparent. If we get funding past what was required for the overhead costs, we are going to say take the profits and we're going to then open up more infrastructure. Like it's gonna snowball. Does that make sense? So we say we make more money than we need. Boom, that's gonna go into essentially another server to hold more stuff or something for the community, et cetera, et cetera. So that's where we're at with our 90-day goal, which we're on par to hit that. So good shit, everybody. Now, oh yeah, whitelist means you can skip the line. If you want to play and there's a line and a queue, you skip the line and get immediately in. That being said, I try to keep that under 30 minutes, which I believe I did. We're at 21 minutes. Perfect. Do we have any questions whatsoever? It can literally be about anything. Just type it in the chat. And then we'll answer it in consecutive order as we get to it. Awesome. We have 43 people in here. Dope. Confirm partner with Bellum. Yes. So I got a message from Karmakut. Originally, he called it Bellum what do you say? Bellum partner unit, Bellum unit partner. And then
Unit pilot program, I think is what it was.
Yeah. He backpedaled afterwards. I guess he had a meeting with his group, and essentially what they said is we don't want to do an official partnership yet because they're still in such early stages. I can actually read you real quick what he said. I don't want to mess this up and speak out of line here. And I can tell you exactly what it means. And he changed it to the Bellum whatever pilot program, unit pilot program. Okay, so he said we're figuring out how we want to frame this. Currently, this is just unit support, where we are supporting units that play the game. We have to figure out how/if we want to have an official partnership with communities. This is the infancy of the program, so we'll see where it goes. And this is where it makes sense. Essentially, they are going to be the direct line to help out communities that they notice playing the game, which is us, right? We were the first people that they chose. Essentially, what that means, like, what does that look like for us? What's going to happen is that they are going to, it's going to be a living project. So, choice of support over partnered wordage is mainly because the partnered implies a much more official or intertwined relationship. The way of thinking of this for context is that they are just helping us with what we need. Think of recruitment keys for giveaways, free servers, other opportunities. That's kind of where he was going with that. Let me see. What's the next question? I hope that answers your question, Fenrir. The oldest of 5. Any plans for doing airborne? Absolutely, oldest of 5. That is in the works. Failseed has the pilot program. Reach out to Failseed. We have a whole aviation branch within TWS, so we will work that. Let's see. I hope that answers your question, oldest. The last F-14 for the comp roster. Yes, you just add your name in a vacant slot. Once they roll out the community servers. And here, let me kill this. Once they roll out the community servers and they give us access to it, we can then control, right? Like who can come in. We can make it a private server. We're going to essentially lock it. Only TWS will be allowed in it, and we will then hold our quote unquote tryouts where we will have a scrimmage, TWS versus TWS. And we're going to be observing the people that are in certain roles, and we're essentially going to, again, right, not grade you guys, but we're going to see who did well, who did not so well. And then we're going to then from that evaluation pick, all right, hey, you did really well as a team leader. You got it. 5 people were competing for that spot. You got that spot. Awesome. Stuff like that. So yeah, for now, just put your name on the roster. It's not concrete. It is subject to change because we're going to be rotating people through. There's a lot of time between now and the official drop of Bellum. I hope that answers your question for last 14. Rogue Joker. Just bought this supporters edition of Bellum. How can I link up with TWS on there? Also new to TWS, so what's up, everybody? Well, welcome, Joker. We're glad to have you. Secondly, we will post an announcement here in this Discord. It'll be up in a gaming bulletin or bulletin board. You'll get a notification. And essentially what's going to happen is it's going to let you know the time we're linking up, where we're linking up, and it will show you who's all showing, who said they've coming, who can't come, and who's on a maybe. So you can get an idea of how many people are showing up. If I look correctly, let me look back at the gaming bulletin board. So Tactics Tuesday, we had 30 people say they were coming, 17 declined, 19 were tentative. The last time we did a Bellum play test on Sunday, oh, that was Sunday. Saturday, we had the most people. So Saturday, this past Saturday, March 14th, we had 43 people show up for sure. And 11 people were tentative. Out of that 11, six of them came. So we had a total of 49 of you motherfuckers, including myself, in Bellum playing. That is over a whole team. That is over the faction limit, right? So that's pretty dope to see. Um, so and then if you want to put your TWS tag on, right, you'll see a lot of people have their TWS tag within what do you want to call it? Oh my God, I'm blanking. Within Bellum, we have a guide that we can do that for. Let me see. Proper Discord sub to Warfighter Plus or Plus Plus does not include whitelist on servers. That's actually a good idea. I never thought about that. Proper. So the Warfighter Plus, it's not. I know for off rip, it's not going to apply to that because that's just like it's $2.99. It's just a quick little, you get little cool little thing. Plus Plus, we would have to bump the pricing of the Plus Plus up to uh, what do you want to call it? Up to $10, right? And I don't want to do that. I want to keep it cheap. And the reason why, right, is we want choice. We want to give you the illusion of choice, if you will, which is say someone doesn't have, say someone only wants to be part of the server whitelist and do the 30 cents a day, and they don't care about anything else. Then boom, they can do it there. Like we don't want to essentially like it doesn't make sense for people who don't have squad to buy stuff that's not exactly for squad, if that makes sense. Um, are we bellowing this evening? Shit, we have 42 people. I don't see why not right now. If all of you in here want to join Vellum, we can freaking knock it out. Absolutely. Make sure you update your game though. Um, let's see. What mods does the PvP Reforger server run? So the mods are going to. It is essentially. We try to keep it under 20 gigabytes because we know we have some console people here, and the mods are essentially they're all realist. So think of, I believe RHS. We have private mods on there as well. Like I said, the guys have built our own mod sets and stuff like that. To give you a easy answer, like an easy button answer, go to battlemetrics.com and search up TWS realism, and it should give you the mod list, no wheels. I hate to give you a really handicap answer, but that's probably the best way I can answer that as quick as I can. Admiral, are we going to have regular Reforger curated ops, or is the community focused on Bellum for the time being? No, we're going to have regularly curated Reforger ops. So we will have a PVE server for a Milsim group that they are currently in the works of building. They're going to be announcing the Milsim group here relatively soon, where you will get an idea of, what the PVE is going to look like. Um,
That's all the questions. Oh, and his internet cut out again. Is there any questions that you guys want me to answer?
Sorry. All right. I guess I can't do the camera thing. I guess it's too much bandwidth for freaking Discord to handle. So I'm not doing that anymore. Um, let's see. Mod list similar between COE2 and PvP servers. So COE2 is not the same as the PvP server. Unfortunately, the COE2 is just a placeholder until the official PvE server goes up. So once the official PvE server goes up, you won't have to worry about joining that one anymore. Um, I apologize beforehand. I know I'm a big stickler of like having to keep re-downloading mods, deleting mods. It can be annoying. I'm right there with you, but we're just using that for now to essentially give you guys something to play for PvE style until we get our official PvE server up. I'm seeing more stuff. General guide soon. Guide for TWS tag. Triple plus. Is it triple plus?
That's pretty much all the questions.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, Kev, that's a good idea, Kev. We can have a second tier that's $12.99 and $14.99 that adds both the Warfighter Plus Plus and a whitelist. I get that. That's a good idea. Good idea, Kev. I like that. I'll talk to the rest of the staff and we'll work that piece.
Probably need to talk to the dev team to see if it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. Let's see. Fenrir again. I know we have a Reforger PvE server. Are we going to do any group against group type of things? Yeah, so we've already actually had a few other units reach out to us. They want to do joint ops or like, versus, ops. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is on the table for sure. Um, just have to work that piece. Again, that requires command relationships where we have to build those relationships with people because I'm sure if you have had issues where one group might not play similar than another group, and then you have this whole drama. We want to stay away from as much drama as possible. Um, we are working on it's a heavy work in progress though, I'll be honest with you, bro. So like don't expect that to happen anytime soon. Because we still have to build the other stuff, right? We don't want to we're not trying to get too spread thin on projects. How does one get more involved with the TDS community? All right, Papa Bear, literally just be here. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Show up in the hangout, and people will join. And you literally will. I think the other night we had like 17, 16 people in here. Half that group went to go play squad. A third of that, another smaller group broke off to go do gray zone warfare. Another group broke off to do something else. Right. All you got to do is join the Discord, be in the VCs. People will join. I was in the VCs this morning on my way to work, and like four other people joined. There was five of us having our morning coffee on our way to work together, just bullshitting until like we all had to go our separate ways. Ready or Not, yeah. Trash stickers, yeah. Everyone plays. A lot of people here play Ready or Not. What do we got? I believe I'll probably give it another 3 minutes for questions, and we'll end it at 9:35 p.m. So another 3 minutes. Where is my TWS cup? Oh, also, okay. So hold on. The co-owner is here. She was here. Is she here still? I'm looking. Oh shit. Okay. You want to come over here then? But the camera's off. You don't worry about it. They're asking about where the cups are and stuff like that. Okay. Well, so my wife is the co-owner of TWS, call sign War Mommy. I don't think she's in here, so you can't really see anything. She'll join here in a second. But oh, there she is. Hold on. I'm gonna pull you up to speak. Okay. Nope, you don't want to speak. Okay, whatever. Uh, she's working on merch, which is kind of crazy that I'm even talking about merch. Never thought we'd get this far. But if you're that into TWS and you're like, yeah, let's ride this train. Um, she's gonna be putting together shirts and stuff, cups, mugs, all that kind of crazy stuff. I don't think you guys understand the ambition behind TWS right now. Like we are trying to be like we're 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 gonna the goal here is to be probably like the biggest milsim tax sim unit or group clan community within the sphere in which we're at, to where we already have people coming from all kinds of other units joining us just because of who we are and the culture that we have. Let's see what else. Do you intend to have a cap on total number of members? Well, no, the goal is to grow as much as possible. Like we're not, and the reason why I say that, no wheels, is because we're not here. I'll use this analogy for the newer people. The older people have heard it before. So TWS is, if you ever been to the mall and you go to the food court, and when you go to the food court, that's like the centralized hub where you say 20 of you 20 and you and 20 of your friends go, and there's 20 of you sitting in the food court. That's a centralized location. You guys are all meeting up, but you can have different restaurants, different fast food chains, different types of food and shops and stuff that you can go to. But the central location is the food court. So everyone comes to the food court and they can go eat here, eat there, eat at X, eat at Y, eat at Z, but they're all in one place and you all are still socializing together, right? Best kit in Bellum. It really depends on what you like to do. That's pretty much what it comes down to, is it's shooter preference, Bobert. Like, what do you like to do? When do we get TDS merch? I want a War Daddy calendar. That is crazy. If you send me clothes you want me to wear for the pictures, I will do that for you, psychotic.
Stop,
Just for
stop.
you.
Let's go. Let's go and shut this bitch down.
Okay, yeah. It is now at 9:35. Oh, last announcement. So Dance was originally the 2IC. If you know who Hub Young Dance is, he's the YouTuber. He currently had picked up super busy for work. So the two I see now is going to be Iceman. So if I am not around and you have a question about the server stuff, reach out to him. He will cover down on it. Um, but if you are dumb, he might say that you're dumb, but he's still going to help you. But that's all we got. It's 9:35 p.m. Eastern. I'm pretty sure all of you want to go play Bellum. So if you have any other questions after this, you can drop them in the community, the general chat or the community chat, and at me, and I will try and get to you. But all right, that's it for now. I'm gonna jump over to Bellum and then try and get a scrim going for everybody. Thanks guys for coming out.
Or just call me Grandpa. Fuck you.
Jesus.
Man, it was just starting to get good. Why you got to bail now?
Who's bailing? Who's bailing?
Over in the community. Community chat.
Oh yeah, it's pretty funny. Was it getting crazy over there?
Just starting to get spicy.
Oh no.
Yeah, we want the calendar, bro.
Somebody doxed Iceman, put an actual picture of him with his 7-foot-tall Russian girlfriend.
Wild.
Dude, she was standing next to me. That bitch had been 9 foot tall, dude.
Well, I mean, when you're a short king, that's the way it looks.
Well, yeah. Well, apparently I'm short, dude. Who started that rumor, by the way?
I don't know. Some asshole.
I've never seen a tall machine gunner before, so.
Well, I guess I kind of am calling him short, but like the doorknob on that door comes up to his elbow, so I'm just saying.
I don't know if you count 249s as machine guns, but I am 6'1".
I don't, but but I like where your head's at.
Rare.
Damn it!
Bellum scrim happening now.
Are we gonna go ahead and pile in right now?
You might want to delete that war. Karmakut will fuck you in the ass for saying that if it's not training.
What, scrim?
No, he said scrim. He used the term scrim. Karma did.
It's not there anymore. It says TWS invasion.
No, I mean, it's in announcements. He put, we'll do a small skirmish.
Oh.
When? What time did he say it was going to happen at?
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
10
I know.
minutes.
It's still too early.
He's going to be like, if this is not about training, delete it.
Yeah.
I think that happened to somebody else the other day.
Deep today, Jen.
What are you talking about?
Technically, it is training.
That's what I tried to tell him, and he ignored me.
That's crazy work.
What about that calendar, War Daddy?
Deeper than a hoochie's coochie.
Hell yeah.
You must be higher than Giraffe Pussy if you think I'm going to
Yeah, that's my line, first of all. What are we doing?
Well, I can't say the other one.
We
You
share
can't say my
lines
other
like...
one. They're not.
Never mind, I won't finish that.
Higher than astronaut pussy. Actually, you know what? What is this game rated? Oh, yeah, it doesn't have any SVRB fucking rating because we're cooked.
Yeah, we're cooked. Dang, TWS rolling deep. Blue Court, hello.
That's what we do. Let's see. Oh, I should probably